Well, hey folks, welcome back to Norton Outdoors here. Today on this video here, we're going to be kind of tearing down and cleaning the old Marlin Model 60. It's no Glenfield. Y'all seen it on some of the videos there, but it's filthy. Needs to be clean. And this time here, I skipped a time or two before, but it needs to be really took down and broke down pretty good, and we're gonna be soaking the parts in some cleaner. So, but anyway, we'll get it a little bit further here, and we'll get to showing that part. But we'll get everything. I don't know if I'm gonna take the scope off. I may leave the scope on for now, and if I have to, I can take it off here in a little bit. But y'all hang in here with us, and we'll see if we can't get some of it started here. And so we will get here on the table, get this thing up here. What we're going to do is, I guess, first and foremost, have a good screwdriver set. You hear a lot of people tell you to get you a good screwdriver set, because if you don't, you're gonna wind up with some messed up screws and bolts, and that just don't look good on any of your firearms, any rifles and nothing. So, and these are old ones too, so you don't want to be out trying to find them things. So always get them to get one to fit good, because I can tell when they're one of the few I've picked up that's exactly what somebody had done. So, but anyway, that's one of them. We'll get this other one here. We'll get it set in here. We'll go ahead and get the magazine tube out. It ain't in bad shape. I cleaned them when I got it to start with, but like I said, we've run many rounds through it, cleaned the barrel, but it need to always keep them. A lot of people used to complain, whenever they'd have these. Have them and they malfunction or say malfunction on them or jam or whatever, and then well, them old Glenfields or this, and the reason why is they're not cleaned properly. So, and that's what you get, and the rest of them will do that too if you don't get them cleaned. If you don't get them clean, I'm gonna set these right here on the corner of this, and now I got a little tin there. I'll put them in. That way you don't lose your screws there whenever you're getting ready to put it back together and wondering where they went to. Well, I remember that years ago. We used to get out there and put old starter or something on old. Well, we used to change the engines and everything, back years ago. And get out there and go to put them back, and you'll wind up with a bucket of them left. And you wind up with a bucket of bolts and screws left. And then you wind up, and not having the ones you need. It's all just thrown out there with the sockets and things. So that wasn't good. All right. All right, there is the stock off. We'll lay that back up here. And this stock here is not that bad to be old as it is. Of course, all the ones that's got these on that you see, they've got some age on them. I know all of them does, but this is I've seen some of them split and some of them beat up pretty bad, but this here really ain't in the worst shape. I mean, you can tell by that. I mean, it's a. I mean, it got a little bit, but I mean, it ain't terrible. So, I think these Glenfields. I think this was I think they got them stained with walnut. I think, but this is birch wood here. I think on these, and I'll later take the trigger mechanism out of it, and we can clean it up too. But anyway, that is that. And then back to the boy, you can tell this thing is, you can tell by looking. I wish I could get that a little closer, but anyway, it's a filthy. And then, of course, that 22, the ammunition, it don't take much. It doesn't take much. And folks, I just wanted to say this too. I checked it really good to make sure it was unloaded before I started. So you always want to do that for sure. We used to go out and shoot them when we was younger, and every now and then you'd have some that was stuck in there, especially a lot of these 22 bullets. It was easy to have them get stuck in or stop right in the middle of something or whatnot. And so anyway, we're going to all right, get this out here. We got two of the screws here. I'll go ahead and break this one apart here. This is a little bolt back here. Whoop, let me swap this out here. Little barrel bolt in the back there. Then what we'll do is whoa there now, getting excited. You see there? We'll screw that back in where it don't want to get lost. All right, then we'll get a hold of this one here. We're gonna slide them over to the corner. You just keep a good place to keep them up with, or keep them in. That way they don't get lost in the process here. Because we'll have to let them, the other parts soak there and get good and clean. Then we'll go back and scrub on them a little bit and then get it ready to go back. But so that just kind of rolls out off the end of the old buffer there. And boy, you can tell. I don't know if you can really see that or not, but it is really gummed up in there, especially around the bolt itself slide there. And your little handle there, just push down on that a little bit here, and then the little handle will come right out, and you just let that kind of slide up and it'll come out with it, the bolt and the spring. So, and the little guide rod as well, all in one piece. Boy, you can tell that. Boy, it's got a nice aroma to it as well. Filthy. That's the way it is. That's why it's very important to. Let me move that one thing there. It keeps wanting to hang up. That's why it's very important to look all in that. Boy, that's terrible. That is very terrible. So, very important to keep them clean, and they'll do wonders for you. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna go a lot further in this, so we'll get it. We're gonna have this, get it good and clean back up. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and remove the scope. It's in the way anyways. So let me change over to that big one. I don't think it's on there very tight anyhow. No. And that way we can do it right. We'll get it over here out of the way where it won't be interfering. That way we can get down with it. And we're going to come back to this here. So let's see. Oh yeah. Yep. And very neat. Yeah, look at the buildup in there. That is terrible. It looks almost nearly like an old oily mud hole in there. But anyway, excuse me. We'll go back in here and see if we can get some of this apart here and see what we can do with it. Yeah, just unlocking a few of these springs here. All right. And then we'll get to the rest of that right there. Yeah, some of them will be tricky. Very tricky. Yeah, and you better get them somewhere too. They'll disappear on you as quick. Just as quick. So anyway, all right, now we got trigger spring and all that stuff out. See about removing these little E-clip. They don't take much. They just come right off. And that's another thing too. Them right there, easy to lose. Real easy to lose. I know I wish this was straight over that where you can see it a little better, but I'm just, you can see that's the last one. But I guess the biggest thing is I think that one just slid right over there, so I'll have to locate that one. So, but anyway, we got to finish this up here, so we'll be back here in a few minutes. I'm gonna grab a few things here. All right, folks, as you can see, got it all tore all apart. We're just gonna all goes in here. All the little pieces. The soap, cause boy, it's like I said, it's grimed up and the whole. I'll put that in there in a little bit. It ain't gonna hurt it. No way. Spring. Oh, that spring there. So, all right. All right, as you can see, folks, it's already wanting to kind of get dingy looking already. And this clean. This is kerosene, by the way. It cleans it just as good as some of the gun cleaner stuff. So we just let it soak in it, and so. But yeah, that's how you, as far as getting it broke down. And I'm gonna clean on this other here too, and I'll get some of that footage too. But anyway, we're gonna let this soak, and we'll be back. All right, folks, we're about to get everything kindly back together. Got the stock back up here with wiped down real good. Like I said, this stock here is in pretty good shape. Well, real good shape, I guess, so to speak, if you will. Well, anyway, okay. This, and this here is the trigger assembly. We got it cleaned up, re-oiled, everything good to go on it. So this is where the got a little inset there for the little bolt to set in. We just put it back in here and drop the like I said, trigger back into place, or get it close. Drop it in. Get your screwdriver with the right screwdriver, the right size in it. All right, there we go. Should be ready to go on that. Now we'll set this right back to the side on this. Now I already have got this back together. If we need a video that shows this a little bit closer, I will take this back apart. This particular one here, what it was doing was the feeding throat here that it was coming up and coming through, making it at that point, and it was wanting to do some dragging right here. And I thought it might have been the slide there, but it was right here, but it wasn't. What it was is this, and what I had done is kind of you can get to. You don't want to go too much on it, but you can get some sandpaper. That a lot of times right here, this right here works that way right there. You can get this in there and go back and forth. Of course, you'd have to get the have that bar down that pushes the shells up, and a lot of times that right there, I smooth this back up a little bit. If there's any, believe it or not, I have seen people take and you know, say these things get dirty and they jam, they want to stick a knife blade or a screwdriver down in there, and that is the wrong thing to do. That is the wrong thing to do. All it takes is a little burr or any little thing here to stop those shells from feeding correctly. So, but anyway, but if I need to, I will do another or a closer in on this assembly. Take it all the way, you know, back apart and put everything piece by piece back in. It's really not that hard to do. Of course, when you haven't done it, it can be a little challenging. So, but anyway, we'll drop this back in. Now it's just got a lot of people say a little distinctive sound when it drops in, but you just push slightly back on the bolt there, and everything, and you know, and it a lot of times them things will drop right in. And there we go. All right, now, like I said, now while I've got this right here, I'm gonna go ahead and stick one of these in the front. All right. You just got to be sure everything's in the right place. And then you don't want to really torque all them down at one time. Kind of get everything back in. Then you can kind of go back over and get that drop, you know, get them dropped back in the right way. Or all right, and drop this one, the other one back in. Yeah, there's a lot of videos of this Model 60, and I guess it can, like I said, it can be challenging a little bit. I guess that's why there's so many of them out there. But it's all, you know, you got to keep it fun. Then once you get them all in there, you still don't have to torque these things like you tighten a big old nut down or a bolt down. You know, you just want to get them a little snug and hey, let it go. And then you should be ready to go. All right, now let's see if we can get it. And I have, like I said, it only takes several drops of oil throughout this, you know, a few little places, and it should be good. You don't want to hose it down with a bunch of oil. It kind of does more hinder and it does help. So. Yeah, then you just want to get it, you know, get it back up here and kind of drop it back down in there and ready to put these in. You want to be real careful as you put these back in. Be sure they get started out on the, you know, the right threads and, you know, not cross-threaded, because it's easy to, one's giving me a fit when I received it. When I received the other Glenfield like this one, this back bolt right here, I could see that the head of the little bolt screw there was messed up. I knew somebody had done used the wrong screwdriver, and what happened is then they wound up cross-threading it, and so that's kind of a slight issue. So so I got to address that later on. All right. All right, that should be real close. And now once I get completely done or checking everything, now I'll go back and do one more kind of little bit of oil in here and there and kind of wipe the whole rifle down again, and then should be good to go. Now, the magazine tube, this here, I'd already cleaned it and wiped it, and it's got a thin coat of oil on it, so very thin now. It ain't not no whole lot, just to be sure that everything's good. Done some cleaning on this as well. So everything's good on it. So now a lot of times what I do, I appreciate y'all hanging in here and with us and everything. Now a lot of times what I'll do is go ahead and put some bullets in the gun and go ahead and check it right here before you go out into the field here. Just to make sure that everything's still functioning correctly. Just a few. All it takes. All right. Be sure here because you know how them little shells are there. Whoop. Oh well, I'll just lay that one over. All right. Whoa, where'd that other one go? Anyway, that there jumped over into there. So, but anyway, once that now they're wanting to jump out fast now. All right. Well, anyway, and of course, now a lot of times, even inside, you still got to go out and fire these shells. You can sit in here and monkey with it all you want to. They seem like they're gonna run through, but the telltale sign is always go get back out, reshoot it, make sure everything loaded up several times, and that's the telltale sign. So anyway, we'll get back here and we'll do some testing. So y'all hang in there. Hey folks, we're out here at the range right here. Just cleaned and reassembled the Glenfield Model 60, and everything was hanging up on about every second or every third one, and just need to be cleaned real good and kind of checked over everything. So we'll take a shot down here at these things here, see how it does. I think that tells us our answer. So you just got to keep them things good and clean. So again, I do appreciate y'all coming, watching out, and hanging out and watching the video on the cleaning, disassembling, cleaning, and reassembling the Glenfield, the Marlin Model 60. Been out, years and years. Been many of them sold, and a lot of people grew up having these things, running around squirrel hunting and just coming home after school or whatever, or on the weekends, grabbing it and taking off in the woods and just having a ball. So again, thank y'all for hanging in here with us while we cleaned on that thing. But hey, get out and do some shooting. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon, you'll get the next videos we have uploaded. Y'all be sure to get them. But again, really do appreciate each thing that's done for the channel. And so that being said, y'all take care of yourself, stay safe out shooting, keep that muzzle pointed in the right direction, in a safe direction, and just have fun, folks. We'll be getting out and doing a few more of these right here, but y'all have a good one today, and we'll be seeing you.